Well, I would like to think that I chose Napa, but I think some doors opened in my life that I'm very humbled to have been offered the opportunity to move out here and to be a part of this incredible place. I consider this home now and am very honored to make wine out of this beautiful region. And to kind of go over some of the misnomers of Napa, for some serious Francophiles, which are people that just love French wine, for me as a proprietor and a vintner here, I always stay humbled and grounded to realize that we are in the new world of making wine. We've only been doing this for, maybe 150 years. The old world, Europe, has been doing this for a long time. I actually was at a restaurant with my wife. We had a bottle of Gruner Veltliner from Austria, and on the label it said, making wine for 850 years. If you're a family and you've owned your own land and you've been farming it and making anything for 850 years and you're still in business, that means you've probably been doing something correctly. We have the opportunity in our country and in this new world to learn and be inspired by the people from the past and remain grounded and humbled to realize that we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We cannot pretend that we're there. We realize that we're here and we're in an environment and in a culture and in an area that is so special that lends itself to a style and a take on different varietals of wine. Napa is in essence 27 miles long and 6 miles wide at its widest. People think that all wines from California come from Napa Valley. You can Google this. 4% of all the wine that leaves the state of California comes from Napa. 4%. That's not a lot of wine. Wine is produced in Central Valley and other regions, Lodi. Napa is a very special and small place. There's hundreds of different microclimates. There's 2 mountain ranges that are dividing the valley floor. We get that maritime fog from the bay. We get this really beautiful climate that is brought in by being so close to the ocean, having the fog cool things in the morning, and then having that sun literally cook things in the afternoon. We had a volcano erupt 3,000 years ago and just give all these different minerals and nutrients throughout the valley to create all these different personalities of this growing region. The farmers that settled this beautiful area came here from Germany, Italy, Spain, and they were farming. And they were planting grapes that were from their heritage. If you were German, you were planting Riesling. If you were Italian, you're probably planting Sangiovese. Because we settled here. We hadn't figured this out like they had in Europe. So when you farm, especially grapes, that doesn't happen overnight. It's not like wheat where you plant it and then you get that harvest and then you replant it. You're looking at years after years, 7, 10, 15 years. And then if you're farming it and you're only using it for yourself, you're not really learning it to be in a competitive market space. So really in the past 60, 70 years, Napa has been producing wines that have been competing and beating and up there in the same echelon as wines around the world that have been making it for a long time. So this wine region is incredible. And we've been fortunate to have talented people from Europe and from around the world come here and help us take it to the next level. For me, Napa, it's like being on an island. You can't keep developing out. You're stuck with what you have. People talk about the prices and the cost of business. It is expensive to do work here and to make it here because we only have so much of the piece of the pie. 4% is not a lot going out of California. But what has been created here, the people before me, the people that are working alongside us are trying to make world-class wines that stand up and compete against anybody. So Napa, to me, not because we're all in, is one of the most incredible places in the New World to produce the most premium, beautiful wines in the world. There's always that really dark, thick texture that we're going to get from the soils, and we're going to be a little more hedonistic because of our climate, and we're just going to give something umptuous and beautiful that no one else can replicate because we can't replicate them, but they can't replicate us, and we're very proud of that.